Scott Morrison has promised to build 3 new warships in Perth if re-elected, as he prepares to appear alongside Bill Shorten in the first leaders' debate of the election campaign. The Prime Minister has also questioned whether Labor's plan to boost the wages of childcare workers could be extended to other sectors of the economy. Amy Greenbank is travelling with the Prime Minister.
We're here in one of the biggest naval shipping yards in the country. We're just south of Fremantle in Western Australia, where the Prime Minister has made a $1 billion commitment to build 3 new Navy ships. Labor says it's just a future promise and the coalition would need to be re-elected twice before the ships arrive. The Prime Minister was also asked if he believed Clive Palmer's promise to pay back his former nickel refinery workers. He sidestepped the question and wouldn't say if he sought assurances before striking a preference deal with the mining magnate.
Well, as you would have heard today, Mr Palmer, and he can make his own explanations, has put aside the money which is subject to those legal proceedings to ensure that workers will be paid. But that's for him to go into the details of all of that.
The Prime Minister also taking aim at Bill Shorten's big spending commitments and promised to subsidise wages of some low-paid workers.
You expect to be in government and sitting in a cabinet in just over 3 weeks' time. You should know the answer to those questions and how much it's going to cost. The other question is this. What about construction workers who are getting paid the same, men and women? What about people working in the retail industry? What about people who are hairdressers? Is he going to subsidise their wages too? I mean, is this how Bill Shorten's going to run the economy? Is he going to set everybody's wages? And if he doesn't like what they're getting paid, he's going to tax people more to send the money to them?
Scott Morrison says he plans to go for a swim this afternoon as his way of limbering up for the leaders' debate tonight.
Bill Shorten has outlined more details about his plan to make childcare free for almost all low-income families ahead of tonight's leaders' debate in Perth. He's also confirmed Labor's Senate candidate for the Northern Territory, Wayne Kernath, will withdraw his candidacy after a series of controversial social media posts. Political reporter Henry Bello is travelling with the opposition leader.
Bill Shorten wants momentum going into tonight's leaders' debate, and he's selling 3 policies that will cost more than $6 billion. And they're issues that will resonate with many Australians: reducing the cost of childcare, increasing access to dental services for pensioners, and also ensuring that early childhood educators get paid more money.
The system's failing. Early childhood educators are the first adults to which we trust our kids, and yet they are underpaid.
It's a big spending push at precisely the time Scott Morrison is selling a message of fiscal discipline and economic management. Bill Shorten is deliberately selling these policies at a childcare centre here in the seat of Stirling. An electorate Labor believes is up for grabs. It's held by the Human Services Minister Michael Keenan with a comfortable buffer, but he's retiring at this election, so the coalition loses the benefit of incumbency.
Very hungry caterpillar.
Labor hopes a big spend on key services will deliver votes.
If childcare matters to you, if you're worried that your household budget's being knocked around by the cost of childcare, Labor is so far ahead of the coalition and our offerings on childcare, just not funny.
Traditionally, Western Australia is Liberal heartland. Labor picked up 3 of 15 seats in 2013 and 5 of 16 in 2016. But this time around, Labor is more confident and is targeting marginal seats held by other coalition frontbenchers, the Attorney-General Christian Porter and Aged Care Minister Ken Wyatt. Mr Shorten has also confirmed Labor's Senate candidate for the Northern Territory, Wayne Kernath, will resign his candidacy after sharing an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory on social media.
Well, I'm not sure that the people who pre-selected him knew all of these posts, but I don't think he should be our candidate. So just hear it out, just before we all shout in now. So I don't think he should be our candidate anymore, and I understand that it's in train for him to step down as our candidate. And I hope that Mr Palmer's willing to do something about the 20 candidates he's got with constitutional eligibility clouds over their head.
After leaving this childcare centre, Bill Shorten will now prepare for the first leaders' debate of the campaign tonight in Perth.